Hello folks, how's everyone doing today on a Saturday? Wow, rainy Saturday in Orlando, folks. I bring you the sunshine and I also bring you forth the rain in Orlando, Florida. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it looks like 6 p.m. because Orlando is expecting, some type of twister, They call it tornado, but they're saying we're going to get some type of twister here in Orlando. It's very windy outside. I just walked into the store to get my food as usual, folks. Today, I got me the steamed fish, cabbage, and some rice and peas. The steamed snapper. Yeah, that's what I got today from the Jamaican store. Steamed snapper, some steamed cabbage with some okras, and a little bit of rice and peas, with some gravy. So that was my pickup today. It's a late lunch, but it's lunch/dinner. It's Saturday, so I could miss one meal and be fine. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do it as well, because when you have to run around and do errands, especially on the weekends, for mothers, also fathers as well, we'll have to cut the lawn, put down all the mulch because it's now springtime. I'm talking about people that live in the north, also people in the south as well. You have to try to trim up the grass, do the edgings, and get things ready for the spring/summer. So I know a lot of us miss a meal or two, maybe just a meal or so throughout the weekend days, but we don't let it bother us as parents and as adults. So yes, folks, I want to say thanks to everyone out there that support my last video. My name is Raymond Nugent, by the way, aka Chronic Pain the Inner Demon. My last video I spoke about Mr. Skinny and said for him to find some new content, and I hope he did. From what I saw last night, it was the same kind of rhetoric, no content whatsoever. But I hope he gets some eventually. Allegedly, they're mentioning that, his wife was harassed at her job by phone calls from people. What you have to understand, Mr. Skinny, you went out, get fictitious paper, allegedly, of a man's brother arrest record. Fictitious papers of a man's mother's funeral, where she was buried in a funeral home, in a cemetery. You even went to a cemetery, Mr. Skinny, took a photograph, fictitious photograph, just to show and get all kind of cloud, off Kwame Brown. All those things, man, are evil, destructive, man. Because if you was a black person on YouTube making $1, Mr. Skinny, and if you get friendship with Kwame Brown and you guys didn't work out the way you wanted to work out, you guys could have part ways without you just started to dropping, every little thing you learned from this man or things he confided in you. That's called a sissy, Mr. Skinny. And you are nothing but the biggest sissy on a billboard, Yeah. No wonder you were teaming up with Mr. Tommy Sotomayor, two big sissies together, riding together, ride or die, big sissies, Yeah. Big sissies, you just need some bras and panties, and that's it, Mr. Skinny and Tommy. So yes, folks, you know what I mean? These guys become dick riders, just, riding, Kwame Brown's dick, and everything he say, even the air he breathes, the clothes he wear. This is nonsense, folks. You have grown 50-year-old man critiquing a man for the clothes he wear and the brand he wear. You know what I mean? If I want to wear a certain brand, so be it. It's all about my bank account. You know what I mean? And how I live my life, not for the material stuff. And that's what's taking over today, folks. Materialism, social media. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks it's just okay. It's not, folks. It's not. It's not. Because, with all that said comes real life, where you have to live with yourself and your family, and sometimes you have to answer for certain things that you do or say on the internet. Either to your kids, your spouse, or someone in your family, maybe your mom or pop. So that's why we have to be careful what we put on the internet and how we try to go out and say we're trying to roast people. I'm not saying you can't roast someone, Mr. Skinny or Tommy, but it's ways of going about it. You know, the principles, you know, just like how you guys didn't have principles going after Gravity Takeout. You know, principles are behind what we do, folks, and that's what people respect us by. You know, principles and morals. That's what Kwame talk about, principles and morals. I'm not saying Kwame is right in everything you do, everything you say, but at least he's trying to be a better man today than he was yesterday. And that's the main goal. That's the fact. He's trying to be a better man today than he was yesterday, folks. And it's not too late for Kwame Brown. You know what I mean? Yes, he was a good man yesterday, but he's trying to be a better man today. And you and I should do the same thing, Mr. Skinny, Tommy. You know, we all should be try to be a better man today than we were yesterday. And that's the bottom line. If you could come on YouTube and make money, take care of your family, send your daughters to private school, live in a nice home, drive decent cars, whatever, you should thank God for that and guard it with your life, you know, because it's an income that wasn't there 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? It's ways that people could make money that wasn't there 20 years ago. So you should guard what you have with your life, your platform, instead of making a mockery of yourself, you know, and diminishing your self-worth, just like what Will Smith did. The same thing. You're smacking yourself around, diminishing your self-worth. Black men, rise up, because we are our biggest failure as far as self-destruction. You know, a lot of times you look at other ethnicity and try to say why they don't like us or why we have to have all these barriers. Well, you have to look at what we caused upon ourselves, and then other races look at us, and then they could differentiate, because they said to themselves, if I treat you of my race that way, can you imagine how I'm going to treat them? So that's why they segregate themselves from me sometimes, is because of our aggression. You know, we have all this arrogance that easily become ignorance. You know, like what we saw happen in the Oscars last week with Will Smith, Chris Rock. That was just arrogance that become ignorance, and he react off his ignorance. Now he's crying foul, Will Smith, trying to make certain apologies, but he yet to really come out and apologize to Chris Rock, in my knowledge, okay? Now, from what they're saying, Will Smith, you know, he resigned from being a part of the Oscars as far as a nominee, just to nominate people and stuff like that. But that's not enough, folks, for what he did, in my opinion. I still say Chris Rock should sue for as much as you can. It's just because, you know, you want to set certain type of principles and morals, because comedians have to eat, just like YouTubers have to eat, that make jokes sometimes, and other people out there in the movie industry. Because if I should make a joke, and every time I make a joke, somebody slap me in my face, then it's like, you know, what you're taking the charisma out of everything. You know, you're just killing the entire way of enjoying life, and just be yourself and relax, relate, and release. Just remember these things, black folks: relax, relate, and also release the tension. Just like taking a deep breath, let it out through your mouth. You let that tension go. So you relax, you relate, and you release the tension before you make any type of impulsive decisions. We could be better collectively. We could be so much better collectively. Oh man, it's raining profusely, guys. Profusely. I'm sure you can hear that. I am like the weatherman now, giving you the weather play-by-play in traffic. It's raining profusely. You look in front of me. It's just so gray, raining profusely, folks. So yes, it's not too late for us to become better people in society, better upstanding citizens. It doesn't matter if you're past, if you've been in the prison system before and you want to reform yourself and become a better person in society. Because a lot of us make mistakes, you know, because I've made mistakes in my life too. I've been places where I should never been in my life too. You know what I'm saying? But I learned from those mistakes and become a better person in society, because I have kids that I have to live for, so they could look up to me and see a father figure as a person of color, someone with morals and characters, someone with aspirations and dreams for them, someone is going to sacrifice for them, make sure they go to college and do what's right, even though not all kids want to go to college. Not all kids are made to go to college. I do understand. You have trade schools and you also have other places. You know, I'm not biased. I do understand because I have a son that didn't like to go to college. So I do understand. My daughter, she was college bound. She went to college. She became a school teacher, you know, a high school teacher. And, you know, I'm grateful for that. 1 out of 2, you know what I mean? Hey, at least, you know? Yeah, 1 out of 2. So my son, you know, he wasn't college bound, you know, so hey, it is what it is. But I'm saying at least I still tried, you know, you gave them a choice. And that's all we can do as parents. You know, you try your best, give your kids a chance, and see how they can succeed in life. You know? So for us to be tearing each other down, black folks, word for word, you know, for the garments that you wear, material things, for the house you live in, for the way your baseboard look in your house, for the type of paint job you have in your house. All those things are ludicrous. You know, straight ludicrous, guys. There's a lot better things to talk about in life than those that we could do as people of color with our platforms. Oh my gosh, it's raining profusely. You know, I'm driving slow, folks. I have my seatbelt on, driving slow. I don't have nothing in my hands, so you know, I have my hands on the wheel. You know, so I'm just trying to do it as safe as I can while I talk to you guys. Keep my company. I just went through a serious puddle of water. I'm sure you guys heard that. It's like a sea of water I just went through just now. We're expecting tornadoes in Orlando, folks, and that's why you see the weather is like this. It's gonna go on like this from now on until about 6-7 o'clock p.m. tonight. So we're expecting some type of tornado to make landfall in Orlando. Expecting, you know, that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen, you know, but we're expecting that for Central Florida, and that's why you see today the rain is so treacherous on us today. But as far as the temperature, it's 6 to 8 degrees. From what I'm saying in the car, 6 to 8 degrees outside. You know, so it's not cold or anything. I have the AC running. I still have the AC running because, you know, to me it's still hot. But it's just puddles and puddles of water. Puddles and puddles of water out there. So yes, folks, you know, people of color, we could do a lot better. And Mr. Skinny, yeah, it's time for some new content. You know, Tommy as well, time for some new content. And all the other ones who just live in Kwame Brown's name, time for some new content. Y'all can just take a ride and chit chat with your subscribers. Talk about different things that you do in your life, things that you want to do. You know what I mean? Your goals, your aspirations, your inspirations. You know, try to help someone. You know, try to move someone up. You know what I mean? Instead of tearing people down. Try to build someone up. You know, each one teach one. You know, good over evil. Let's rise to the occasion, people of color, instead of tearing each other down. You know, I'm not about that. You know, so let's rise to the occasion. I understand sometimes you have to do like certain jokes here and there, but at the same time, let's not try to demonize each other just for clicks and views. Let's be realistic. Let's be real, and also let's be factual, because that's what people are going to quote us by and take us by, being factual. You know, so don't try to tear your brother down with some negative comments and some negative snippets and sound bites, because it's not worth it, folks. It's not. It's not. Because you never know where you're going to end up in the long run, your channel. Maybe someone is going to come at you and try to sign you to do something, and because of the way you're lollygagged and you're negligent on your channel, you lost that deal because of things that you said in the past, the way you react to certain things. Companies are going to look at you and say, you know what, this is a man of serious aggression. I can't use it to support my company, or he can't, you know, represent my brand. So if we are on YouTube and trying to be a brand ourselves, guys, we have to learn how to handle our brand, because you don't want to ruin the brand that you build. So that's what you do on YouTube. You build a banner, you build a brand. So why ruin your brand talking about somebody else and using lots of derogatory words? Words that could get you banned from YouTube. Words that doesn't go against YouTube guidelines. You know? Like I said, folks, it's a big place here for a lot of people. YouTube is a place. I mean, this is cyber world. You know what I mean? That's YouTube. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. To me, that's YouTube. YouTube to me is hyperspace. You see what I'm saying? It's hyperspace, world beyond world. So there's a lot of space for everybody and anybody who want to become a YouTuber. And for the ones who are already YouTubers, instead of hating on other smaller YouTubers that are coming up, try to give them advice, in any way you can, just like Kwame does with other YouTubers. Give them good advice instead of trying to be a hater and try to demonize them and tear down what they're trying to build. That's not what, we're all about, because each one teach one, man. We're better when we could build and become stronger. Don't be afraid. Don't have fear of my channel. Don't have fear of this other man's channel. Say it's going to be bigger than you. What's for you going to be for you. If it's for you, it's going to be for you. If it's meant for me to be on YouTube and make some money, that's what it meant. If it meant for me to not make $1, then so be it. But at least I get my message across to some people, subscribers, and also people that are listening, what I stand for, my principles, my morals. Because when I came on YouTube, I said chronic pain, the inner demon. I live with chronic pain 24 hours a day for almost 20 years by going through a lot of surgeries, guys. That's why I relocated to Florida from New Jersey. Sold my home, all that type of stuff. I said all those things in my videos. Relocate to Florida. Always trying to volunteer in certain places. Sometimes I do things, volunteering I changed a couple of lives in Florida because I mentor a lot of young youths down here to change their lives and stuff like that. But that's not nothing for me to talk about because I haven't done nothing yet. My work is still ahead of me. So that's nothing to talk about. But at least I see where, I could make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So when I build this platform, Chronic Pain, the Inner Demon, I build it for folks who are going through chronic pain, physically, mentally, and in every other way, because chronic pain is a big umbrella. We have chronic pain in the black community, black and black crime is chronic pain. We have chronic pain in politics. We have chronic pain in the healthcare system. We have chronic pain in racism. We have chronic pain in molestation. We have chronic pain in a lot of things. We have chronic pain in demonizing each other. So chronic pain is a big and broad scale, a broad platform that I could talk about because, hey, it's in everything we do in life. We live. We have to deal with chronic pain, and you have to ask yourself why. But it's just the way things are constructed for us to deal with. Because without that, then the guys who sell them pills out there for allegedly for people that are dealing with psychological issues, then they wouldn't be on the market today, or they wouldn't be in business, right? So of course they have to apply pressure to get you confused, make you think that something is wrong with you. So then you have to go to the doctor, give you a prescription, see your pharmacist, you buy pills that you don't really need, and you become addicted to them, then you can't do without them. It's all about mind over matter, folks. And I always say to folks, be mindful of the state of the obvious, because it happens every day. Be mindful of the state of the obvious, it happens every day. I tell you, this rain is not going to stop, but I'm pretty much home. I really thank you guys for riding with me. Helped to get me home safe. Just drive at a moderate speed through all the puddle of water in Orlando today. So all the rides today in Disney are shut down. All of Disney is shut down right now because of rain and what's going on. So Disney is shut down unless you're going to do indoor stuff. Disney is shut down today. You know what I mean? Shut down. So this is me home, guys. Heading into my home to chillax. You know what I mean? And get away from this storm. The mailman can't get in. I'm going to let him in. Where is he? It's gated community, folks. So, come on. It's gated, so, got to buzz people in. Got to buzz the mailman in. If I don't buzz them in, I don't get my mail. You know, a lot of the mail is junk mail any goddamn where. But it is what it is. I still need my goddamn mail. It's good to open an envelope sometimes. Hey folks, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you wrote a letter? Like a real letter? I wrote a letter to my son this morning. It took me about 2 hours. Going back and forth, thinking about what I'm putting in this letter. Letters are something I used to write so easy. In 10, 15 minutes. It took me 2 hours today to write my son a letter. I'm not dyslexic, guys. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it misconstrued. It's just that I haven't done this in more than 20 something years. You know, and I was like, damn. You know, just to, you know, write this letter. I'm sitting there sweating profusely, thinking of words to say to my son. But I got it done. You know, I got it done. So yes, folks, my name is Raymond Nugent, aka Chronic Pain Dealer Demon. I am home, safe and sound. As you know, I always park in my presidential spot, which is the handicap spot. You know, yeah. So I am backing up in the presidential spot that's here that I park in on a daily basis. You know, so I'm parking in my spot. Gonna get my food, go upstairs, enjoy my meal, try to find something on television to watch, and call it a day. But for my friends out there who watch Power, the Power fan, that Tommy movie ain't no joke. That Tommy series ain't no joke, is it, guys? That series is dangerous. Tommy is dangerous in Chicago. I'm telling you. I can't wait to see the next episode. You know? So yes, folks, I'm going inside right now. Eat the steamed fish and some cabbage. Have me a bottle of water. Sit back and watch some TV and call it a day. So I thank you folks for rocking with me today. Help getting me home safe from, you know, this treacherous rain out there. And folks, don't forget, man, each one teach one. And don't be afraid to help someone regardless of their color, their sex, their race. Don't be afraid. Let's be each one teach one. Make this a better society, a better world. Because we can. We can. Start in small increments, we can. We don't have to get up every day and try to roast each other, build content off each other, just repeat what each other says. We don't have to. If you call yourself a content creator, then you should be able to spit naturally to people, even for a half hour, just to hold a crowd. If you call yourself a content creator, you know what I mean? So all these content creators that think they're content creators, look at yourself and say to yourself, am I being a good content creator? Am I really giving the people what they really need, the substance that could help people? Or am I giving substance that could tear people down? That's $1 million question. Like and share, folks. Comment down below. My name is Raymond Nugent, aka Chronic Pain Dealer Demon. Before I go, I always say, who feels it, knows it. Peace on a Saturday.